Hi, class. It is Monday, February 16th. As you know, I am out today. We will not have class as usual. Instead, I want you to watch this video and read through the course information that is in week 6. We are starting week 6 out of 7. That tells you how close we are to the end. So you will read through each of these pages on the critical evaluation. You'll read through bias, audience, learn how to evaluate evidence in terms of accuracy, sufficiency, and relevancy. And then you will spend quite a bit of time on this page, ethos, pathos, and logos. Finally, read through thesis statements. When we meet in class as usual on Wednesday, I will answer any questions you have about all of these learning materials, but I do want you to spend some time on them on your own first, because I don't want to repeat everything that's already there. So much information is already there for you. You do have an assignment due on Wednesday evening. It is the Critical Evaluation Essay Planner. And if you were in class last Wednesday, we did talk about this a little bit already. So you will be accessing the planner through Google Docs. I will be posting this announcement where we will have some more information about logos, pathos, and ethos. I will have highlighted some tips for you on this planner. What you're doing on the left-hand side actually is copied and pasted from your analysis planner. The critical evaluation is built using the analysis essay. So this left-hand side will be copied and pasted right from your analysis planner. And then new information will be your explanation of what you identified when you wrote analysis, how those elements appeal to logos, pathos, and ethos. So what's in the right-hand side will be fresh, new information that will show that you've read the materials on logos, pathos, and ethos. Then you will write a CSET paragraph that explains how you are evaluating Gibson's use of language. You will need to incorporate evidence, obviously, the E in CSET. The evidence should be in the form of a quote or a paraphrase from Gibson's work. Credibility section as well, you are copying and pasting on the left-hand side what you put on your analysis planner. And then very similar to what you did in the last section, explain how the examples you identified appeal to logos, pathos, or ethos. Same process for evidence. Copy and paste from your planner in the left column. In the right-hand column, you are explaining logos, pathos, and ethos. Finally, you will look at your secondary article, the one you found on your own through SIRS using the database exploration. You will need to reread it and identify what is the other author's claim and evidence. What does the other author have to say about social media and mental health? Then evaluate how the Gibson article is affected by the secondary article. Is the SIRS article challenging Gibson, or does the SIRS article agree with Gibson or provide a slightly different take on the issue? There are lots of options here. So you will explain, maybe do some comparison and contrast between the two articles in that box here. We will talk more on Wednesday, but do the best you can to get the planner done even before I see you on Wednesday, because then I can answer specific questions. The page or pages that I think will be most useful to you this week are this page on critical evaluation. It will show you how the critical evaluation is made up of the analysis essay. And then it's also going to show you how you can use even bits and pieces from your summary and response essay and your database exploration to build this final essay. This final essay is worth 26% of your grade. It is the biggest assignment you have. So I really want you to do your best work on it. This page on how to evaluate evidence is going to be very important to you as well. Evidence, it's not enough for us to say, sure, her evidence was good or not good. That's not how we evaluate evidence. Critical thinkers evaluate evidence by examining if the evidence is accurate, is it sufficient, or is it relevant? So you will need to know and be able to define those three qualities. What else you will want to spend a lot of time on is this page, logos, pathos, and ethos. That is what Aristotle, back in ancient Grecian times, came up with the rhetorical appeals to explain how speakers could be more persuasive and believable. So a good speaker or writer incorporates a mix of all three of these appeals. So whenever you're writing about an evaluation, that Gibson as a writer needs to have appealed on all three of these levels, logos, pathos, and ethos, to be considered a success in being able to persuade her audience. If you have any questions, I can answer them probably on Tuesday and definitely on Wednesday.